Hey guys, it's Tin Man the Nicktoons Fanatic 2001. Today in this video, I'm gonna share my thoughts on the Muppet movie, Sesame Street Follow That Bird, and the Powerpuff Girls movie. Before I start, my thoughts on Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron will actually be in a separate video because I haven't watched that one in a while, so yeah, but hopefully when I sit down and relax, I will watch the Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron to share my thoughts on that one. Even though I kind of have watched that one back in 21. So yeah. Anyway, with that little update off to the side, let's get on to my thoughts on the Muppet movie from 1979, Sesame Street Follow That Bird, and the Powerpuff Girls movie. Now, back in 2013, I did watch the Muppet movie. Well, part of it anyway. And I didn't exactly get into it because I was a little young and I was still learning at the time, so yeah, I didn't exactly get into it. I'm not saying I don't like it, I just didn't get into it as much as I did. It wasn't until about years later when my mom talked to me about how the movie ended and how Kermit got to Hollywood and stuff. So yeah, I did rewatch the Muppet movie years later, and I actually liked it a lot better than the original first time I watched it back in 2013. And yeah, I'm sure everybody has seen that movie by now. So yeah, and basically the movie marks the beginning of how the Muppets got together to make their first movie, and how the Muppets became rich and famous. Because Kermit left the swamp to achieve his dream. Along the way, he meets new friends like Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, Animal, and the Electric Mayhem. Yeah, that's right. With the Electric Mayhem tour bus, Miss Piggy, and Rolf the dog, and lots of other Muppet characters. And yes, my favorite songs from the movie are Rainbow Connection, Can You Picture That, and Moving Right Along. Those three songs I thought were amazing. And at the end of the movie I watched, Doc Hopper was gonna kill Kermit the Frog until he got scared and run away by a giant animal who took the ever-growing pills, or the growing size pills, whatever you call those, and Animal took one, and he became huge, and he scared everyone away. So yeah, and so then after the villains got scared away, the Muppets got to Hollywood and they became rich and famous. So yeah, and that's how the Muppet movie. That's how the Muppet movie ended. I'm sorry I couldn't talk because I was just a little anxious to make this video. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Muppet movie. So overall, I give that one 5 out of 5 stars, since it's a beautiful masterpiece. So that's it for the Muppet movie. Now let's get on to Sesame Street Follow That Bird, which is what you're seeing here. I watched the Sesame Street Follow That Bird movie back in 2020 when I first subscribed to HBO Max at the time. And it was a very, very good movie. It features the late Carol Spinney as Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. Oh, and Bruno the Trash Man at the end of the movie. Basically, the movie is about... I believe it was... Miss Finch, yes. Miss Finch, was worried that Big Bird was living alone on Sesame Street. And so, she suggested Big Bird to move to Ocean View, Illinois, where he meets another bird family called the Dodos. And he did like it there until he's upset that anyone who's not a bird can't come to that house. So then Big Bird runs away from Ocean View, Illinois, and then goes on an adventure to find his way back to Sesame Street. Of course, along the way, he meets new friends, and he encounters two foes. I can't remember what those foes' names were, but they are the guys who were working at a fun fair, and yeah, they are basically scheming and ripping people off. I think that's what they're really doing. But anyway, they spotted Big Bird and they captured him and painted him all blue. And at the end of the movie I watched, Big Bird returns to Sesame Street, and he decided that he's gonna live there forever. I'm sorry if I didn't share the entire plot of the movie, but it has been a while since I've watched that movie, so yeah, and hopefully again when I sit down and relax, I will Follow That Bird again to know more about the movie. But yeah, cheers for its 40th anniversary next year, since the movie came out in 1985. And it's definitely one of my new favorite movies I watched from the 1980s. So, yeah. And I do give that one also 5 out of 5 stars because I'm still a big fan of Sesame Street, and I really, really enjoyed that movie. So, yeah. And then the last movie I'm going to talk about in this video is the Powerpuff Girls movie, which is right next to Follow That Bird. I did watch that one back in 2016 on YouTube, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. One of the greatest Cartoon Network movies ever made that was very underrated and long forgotten. And to be honest, I didn't actually buy it on DVD until a couple years later, when I found it for a reasonable price on Amazon. Now, if I remember right, I did do an unboxing of this, along with, I think, a My Little Pony video and a Sesame Street video. Yeah, that was one of those DVD updates I've done back in 2021. And yeah, I really enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls movie. It's basically the origin story of how Professor Utonium created the Powerpuff Girls. It was with sugar, spice, and everything nice. And Professor Utonium named the Powerpuff Girls Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And now, after they've caused destruction, they weren't allowed to use their superpowers in public anymore. That wasn't until they met Mojo Jojo, who suddenly had a big brain. and he wanted to make the world a better place. But what he really wanted was to take over the world with monkeys and machinery and everything. And Professor Utonium didn't believe them until the Powerpuff Girls learned that they should use their powers to save the city of Townsville. I actually remember that because I have watched that movie so many times. And yes, at the end of the movie, Professor Utonium decided that they're gonna let the Powerpuff Girls save the day before bedtime. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls movie. And I do also give that one 5 out of 5 stars, because the Powerpuff Girls is an awesome Cartoon Network classic, and it is a lot better than anything that has come out in the last couple of years. You know, including the Missing Link movie that was stop motion animated. I thought that one was not my favorite in my opinion. And the Powerpuff Girls is better. So yeah. I hope I've given you enough information. And I do apologize if I didn't follow that bird. But I still hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. And do keep an eye out for my thoughts on Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, because once again, I'm gonna share my thoughts on that one in my next video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.